Are you one of those people that have been watching the Hangout with Michael show here for a number of weeks, like maybe 209 or 210, whatever today's episode is, and you've been wanting to ask a question, maybe a little too shy in the past? Well, you know what? This is a safe place. Ask us your question today. Matter of fact, ask me any question. We're taking questions today on law of attraction, on NLP, on life's purpose, on emotion code and body code. We have all the experts here to help you with that today. Speaking of experts, I want to welcome my esteemed panel this morning. I'm from beautiful Victoria, BC, on Canada's west coast. It's an island, a little bigger than Gilligan's Island, but it's still an island. Not too far from me is my bro, John. John, good morning.
Good morning, Michael. Good morning, everyone watching. I'm from Vancouver, Canada, and I'm a certified body code and emotion code practitioner. And I love helping people with physical chronic pain, mental health concerns like depression, anxiety, mental blocks, relationship troubles, a lot of different things we can work with when working with emotion code and body code.
Yeah. Now, for example, you just recently reached out to a football player, and what is it that you think you can help? First, what was his challenge, and how can you help him with that, just for an example, because I know your specialty is sports.
Yeah, there was an event last year. It was quite traumatic for him, and it really stung, right? And so when we go through these traumatic emotional events in the past, they stick with us, right? So if you're not using emotion code, that traumatic event is going to be with you physically. It's going to be rattling around in your physical body, and it's not going to be doing you any good. So it's basically haunting you. So I reached out to him because I saw he missed another one just last week. It was kind of a chip shot. So I offered my help.
Yeah, because Tiger Woods never took you up, because Tiger Woods definitely needs some emotion code work on his body, right?
Oh my God.
We know you can help him with that. So shout out to Tiger and to the football player. Okay, what the sports is going on this morning? It's time to change the subject. We're heading to Florida to welcome a new panel member today, Debbie Talbert. Good morning. Tell us about you.
Hey guys, everybody. I'm so excited to be here today. And I am actually, besides being a flight attendant, and I also am a law of attraction trainer, facilitator, as well as a motion code practitioner. And what I actually do is I work with people who are excessive drinking and they want to stop. And I actually use law of attraction practices and emotion code to help them with that. Okay. And so I've been having a lot of success and a lot of fun with that. And it's really very exciting, especially adding in the emotion code to it. It really makes the whole process and the journey much easier for the people that I work with.
Yeah. Well, that's very exciting that you're incorporating the emotion code. I recently helped a friend of mine that was a very severe beer drinker in his terms, and he's totally not interested in beer anymore. He's got rid of his anxiety. So with a few sessions, I helped him. So what a great service that you're going to be. I also helped him get off pot or marijuana too. He was a heavy user. So, when we talk about the emotion code, the subject is endless, what we can help you with. So stay tuned for that. Now, Debbie, we were away last week, or I was away last week, so there was no Hangout with Michael show, but the week before was an interesting show. Tell us about that and how people can watch it before we get started today.
Sure. On the episode last time, which was episode 209, and it was on steps 1 and 2 for uncovering your life purpose with Michael. And if you guys want to go back and watch that one, you can go to HangoutWithMichael.com. And then if you look up on the top right-hand side on the live, and you can then watch the show live right there. And I do actually highly recommend that you do that, because the Uncovering Your Life Purpose does actually help you out a lot with a lot of stuff.
That's right. And just a reminder, if you have the book or if you're ordering it today, if you're going to order it today after today's show, in the meantime, you can download the list. You can go to hangoutwithmichael.com/life purpose, download the fulfillment list, start exercise number 1 on the bottom. I give you instructions. And then by the time you get your book, you'll be ready to carry on with the processes. And I think it's like $10.99 on Amazon. I know. It can change your life on Amazon for like $10.99 US. So good stuff. So that was last week's show, Deb. You're going to announce what we're doing next week's show. It's going to be pretty exciting. So thanks for joining us. Okay, John, why don't you take a step out into the room? Who is saying what? And let's find out who has questions. Who's got the first question for us today? Well, before we do that, John, I want you to queue up, get your computer ready to take questions. Debbie, we have some new facilitators that have joined my Certified Law of Attraction Facilitator program. And if that's you, not who just joined, but you're interested, you can go to hangoutwithmichael.com for a look for this graphic. I want to teach Law of Attraction. And I offer a certification program where I teach you how to do a signature presentation. And a signature means you're good at it. Just like a restaurant has a signature mile-high lemon meringue pie. Yeah, I used to go there, not anymore. That was their signature one. And what did I know about that, Deb? When I was going to get their signature mile-high lemon meringue pie, why could they call that a signature dish? Because it was
going to be the same every time and delicious.
Oh, you bet. They didn't mess around with that. It was perfect every time, and I knew it. You can't call it your signature presentation unless you're good. Imagine, because I know some trainers and speakers and law of attraction enthusiasts, they're having to create speeches. Speeches? Who does speeches? Training programs, and they don't know where to get started. So I provide them with this signature presentation and then how to turn that into money-paying seminars. So Deb, I'd like to hear from you about the signature presentation. Then you can welcome our 3 new facilitators. Go ahead, please.
Oh, sure. Actually, the signature presentation totally helps me out with my trainings that I put together, because it helps with like the first 3 weeks of the process that we go through and the coaching that I do. I personally don't go and do presentations in person, but I do it on the videos, and then I have an upcoming podcast coming, and I utilize that, and it helps me with all of that. And then you made it so simple.
That's a good point, because it doesn't mean you have to do the signature presentation in person. You can be doing it on Facebook Live, on recordings, on Zoom, on teleclasses, or on podcasts. So the format's the same. Good stuff.
Exactly. And the way that you taught it and the way you have it put together and the PDFs that come with it, it makes it so simple and easy to put together steps 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And what your role is to just practice it exactly the way you taught it. And then it all works out for you. It's a very easy process. And what I want to do is take a minute to welcome the 3 new people that have joined so far for the next one coming up, which is Rhonda, Bertha, and Jennifer. You guys are going to have an awesome experience.
Yeah. Well, they're already starting the program, and they're already sending me feedback. Like after the first 2 hours, I'm getting hashtag holy S-balls. Like they're pretty, pretty excited. Good. Well, thank you, Deb, for acknowledging the program and welcoming our 3 newest certified facilitators. John in Verardi, tell me who is saying what, who's joined us this morning, and what are their questions? Go ahead, please.
Misty Anderson says, good morning. Hashtag Alaska Misty's here.
Hey, Misty, good morning. I think she was first on board today.
I don't know why she's not on the panel. All right, Sylvia Bellini. Hello, lovely people. Tea time here at the end of a lovely day here in London.
Hey, Sylvia Bellini from London. Now, Debbie, I know because you're a flight attendant, you actually got to meet Sylvia because you met her on the show. So that was a nice little connection that you get to do that.
Oh, it was awesome. I've actually met her twice. We've gotten together twice when I've been over there.
And I think you also met Dana Smithers, who's usually on the panel with us, or joined us on the panel, because you had flown to Vancouver before. So what a nice perk that you get to do that.
Exactly. I love it.
Good stuff. And you and I met in a hotel lobby.
That's right. Miami. I drove down to Miami when you were doing Miami. That's right.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, I'm going to be in Palm Springs for a week. So if you're in the Palm Springs area and there's an opportunity to have me come and do a presentation where you're at, and then the week after, I'm in Palm Springs from October 28th to November 5th. And the week after, I am in Kansas City, Missouri. Okay, I'm not sure why there's 2 cities called Kansas City, because it was pretty confusing when I tried to book a flight. But if you're in the Kansas November 5th to November 11th, and there's an opportunity to have me come razzle dazzle your group, hook me up, let me know. Even though I'm going on vacation, that lasts for about 2 days, right? And then I'm itching. I'm bringing my suit because I'm intending that I'll have opportunities to be on stage somewhere. Good stuff. Okay, John, we've heard from our friend Alaska Misty and Sylvia UK. Who else is saying hello, and who else has a question?
Natasha Paula Samuel says, hello, Michael and panel. Looking forward to the show, watching from Romford, Essex.
Hey, Natasha, good morning.
Delilah Cordova says, hey, everybody.
Hey, Delilah.
Barb Ashcroft says, good morning, panel. Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay. Canadian Thanksgiving is this Monday. No, we're not confused. Barb is from Canada, so we have a long weekend this weekend for those that take long weekends. But yeah, it's our Thanksgiving weekend this weekend.
I'm going to celebrate the Canadian and the American Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I'm scared. I could do it. Don Boehm. Good morning, Michael, John, and good afternoon, Debbie. You never know what people will ask.
No.
Maureen Ryder.
We have to answer, but they can ask.
Maureen Ryder Valero. Hey, hashtag purple shirt, NYC.
NYC purple shirt. Hey, Maureen, good morning. Good afternoon to you.
Dennis Millers. LOL, my friends, Debbie, John, and Michael. It's episode 210 today.
Oh,
not 205. Missing you all. Amy Larson Straight. Oh, sorry. So it's Amy Chai. Hi, Michael, John, and Debbie. Happy Friday.
Hey, Amy. Good morning, everybody. John, I'm going to take our first question here. I'm seeing a question from our friend Cindy Trost, and the question is for you. So I'll read it to you. So it's not weird you reading a question to yourself and then answering it yourself. So here's your question from our friend Cindy Trost. When you do an emotion coach session on a pet, do they need to process for a few days like people do? How does processing show up with the pet? So first, John, explain that we work with pets and what that's like, and then take Cindy's question, please.
Yeah. I love working with pets, cats, dogs, you name it. So they need emotional release as well after traumatic events. And so pets, like people, can actually have sessions like day to day, so 24 hours in between sessions. That's okay for some people. You just muscle test it. So after you work on a pet, you can connect with the pet the next day, muscle test it, and ask if it's ready for another session and go from there. So some pets might need a week, some a day. So it's different on the person or the pet.
Yeah. Well, a shout out to my friend Jacob, who has a German Shepherd. And last week we were chatting. He said, dude, can you help my dog? I said, dude, yeah, I can. And apparently his dog started chewing plastic hangers, plastic slippers or sandals, and just plastic things. And he would go to the garbage and start chewing plastic. So I did a session with his dog. Now, your dad taught me about the chakra charts with the pet, which I never saw, because apparently there's an extra chakra area for pets. So if you're doing pet work, you can go to Google and just type in chakra chart for pets. And there was a black chakra chart or area that I never saw. And I did a session with his dog. I connected, to his dog. He said, dude, this is up. And I thought, you tell me that when your dog's not chewing plastic anymore. And I followed up, and then he said, you know what? Luke is his pet. He said, Luke has completely stopped chewing plastic, and he's much calmer. So yeah, we can work with pets. But I like that. You can test to find out, do I need to do more with the pet?
Yeah, just give it a few hours or the next day, just muscle test it, Cindy.
Yeah.
I
have another question for you, John. It's from our friend Corrine Beach Murray. She's saying, I recently watched the Emotion Code Bros Money Blocks. It was awesome. Is there a specific list of limiting beliefs you used when removing money blocks? Well, I have 4.
I do actually. Yeah. You have a specific program. It's much more than 4, right? Like it's 10 sessions. So there's a big.
She's asking about, it's 10. It's 50 sessions, but she's asking specifically about limiting beliefs. Now, next week's show, John, we're a little early. I'm going to take Debbie's task away, but next week we're doing this. We're going to be working on money blocks. So Debbie will still tell us the official title, but there's 4 that I do. Matter of fact, I'm doing them for somebody wants to lose weight. Do they have these 4 beliefs? Do they want to make more money? Do they have these 4 beliefs? Do they want to, whatever it is? I just ask the 4 beliefs. They're always, the belief always turns out to be they have the belief. And then we find out what is the trapped emotion that's causing it and releasing it. John, do you know which 4 I'm talking about?
Yeah. It's the worth, right? It's, your self-worth. That's where it starts. Yeah. Right? Worthy of money, that kind of thing, right? Yeah.
So the first question would be, am I worthy to be abundant? And the answer is usually no. And so the practitioner would find out what is the trapped emotion that's causing it. We'd release it, and then we'd say again, am I worthy to have money? And it's like, yes. And I always say, was it a minute ago? No. And so it's, it can be very quick to reset a long-held belief. If you think about a belief is a story you tell yourself over and over and over again. So on this hand, you want to have more money. And on this hand, you have a belief. Well, the belief is diluting the desire. So it's important to get rid of the belief. What's the other three that we could ask? Is it?
I actually have a list of like 40 something limiting beliefs that I go through. Oh, wow. And just muscle test them one by one. So there's a lot you could do. There's really no limit. Yeah.
I'll share with Corinne the 4 we're going to do next week, but we'll give her a sneak. First one is it okay for me to be abundant? Is it safe for me to be abundant? Am I worthy of being abundant? And do I believe I can be abundant? And even if when I do my weight loss class, is it safe for me to have an ideal body? Is it okay for me to have my ideal body? Am I worthy of having my ideal body? Do I believe? And they're always no, 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 no. Or is it safe for me to lose weight? Is it okay for me to lose weight? So you hear the pattern. Of course, there's lots more that we do, but these are the quick 4. I would start with those.
Yeah, those are really good.
Hey, our friend Dea Lewis has joined us this morning, and it was her birthday last Friday. Can you imagine that? You know what? I think she's worthy of a birthday gift. If she tests it right now, am I worthy of getting a birthday gift from Michael Loja? You know what the answer is going to be? Yes, it is. Dea, I want you to send me your mailing address, and I'm going to send you the exclusive, you can't buy them anywhere, 10-pack of my quote cards. So happy birthday, and because, here we like to reward loyalty, and she's very loyal. She even knew we weren't even here last week. Okay, go ahead, John. What are you reading?
Let's see here. Sylvia Bellini has an emotion code question regarding the number of sessions for an issue. How persistent do we need to be? Well, yeah, sometimes it's 30 seconds, and sometimes it does take more. It can take, repeat sessions over a longer period of time to get results. And so it's hard to answer that in that, like, how many sessions does it take? I've been asked that before, and we don't know. Everyone is their own unique person with their own unique past. So, there's no definitive answer.
Let me give you an example. I'm helping a gambling friend that gambles a lot. He's buying lottery tickets all the time, right? So I did a quick session on him, and his subconscious mind said, yes, I released all the trapped emotions caused me to gamble. And the next day he said, well, I still bought more tickets. And I asked him, what was the trigger, right? In other words, what happened just before? He goes, I was ticked off of all the money that I've lost and that trigger, but we didn't do that in the first session, right? So that's why. So, and then the next day he said, oh, I still wanted to go buy. And I said, how come? He said, well, going down the street and I see the big prize sign and it's in everybody's windows. And so that became a trigger. So even though I got rid of some of the trapped emotion, there was other things that were still triggering his desire. Same with my food class or my weight loss class. There's an addiction to food, but then there's the trigger when somebody offers you bread at the restaurant, or then there's a trigger when somebody offers you a bag of chips. That's become a trigger. So it can take multiple sessions, and if it's pain, sometimes one session, or if it's food, sometimes 2 or 3 sessions. It all depends. So
I think that's what I found too.
Tell me, Debbie.
Well, when you're working with people and as they've done the process, and I kind of model your approach where you do the 3 days in a row, and then you take a little break, and then you have the 3 days in a row, and it helps people, give them time to really pay attention of what's actually happening and what's different, and then you're able to ask the right questions for the subconscious when you come back again around, because you have your 4 initial ones that you start with around belief, okay, safe, and worthy, but then other things might come up. Like, that aren't exactly that. And when you ask the exact right question, that also helps them release the specific trapped emotions that's causing them to keep saying yes to whatever they wanted to keep saying no to.
Yeah, I like when you said what's different. That, like my gambling friend. That's what I said. So what happened today? What was different? He said, oh, I was thinking about the money that I lost, and I got ticked off about it. And I said, I'm going to make up my money first before I give this up. So that was something we didn't work on. So it was a trigger.
Right. Yeah.
Good stuff. John, Kathy, Cindy Griffin is asking a similar question. When something gets released for me, it lasts for about a day, and then it needs to be released again over and over. Why?
What would be really like a trapped emotion?
Yeah, but I guess we need to know more about that. But it could be the same reason. Maybe there's other areas of that we didn't get rid of, maybe other beliefs or other habits or other triggers. So again, sometimes we need to have more context to be able to ask the questions. Okay, John, who else is out there saying what this morning?
Permelia Parham, welcome, panel. Great to see you all this week. And
Hey,
Elaine Goldman. Elaine Goldman says, hi, Michael, John, Debbie. Happy Thanksgiving. Hashtag Elaine Diet Coke.
Now, Elaine Diet Coke, for those of you who are wondering why she's calling herself that, John, because we did a session with her on one of our Bros show, which is every Saturday. Matter of fact, I'm going to get you to tell us about what we're cooking tomorrow, because it turned out to be a hot box for tomorrow's show. But Elaine used to drink Diet Coke, and she's no more Diet Coke. So we helped her get rid of the habit of drinking Diet Coke. John, tell people about the special show that you and I do on Saturdays, please.
Yeah, the spinoff that we created. It's the Emotion Code Bro Show. So every Saturday at the same time, same place. So 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern on Michael's fan page. We do emotion code. So we explain the process and all the keys to the emotion code process, and then we work on people sometimes simultaneously. Yes. And tomorrow tomorrow is episode 20. So we've done 19 so far for 19 weeks, and tomorrow is procrastination. Putting things off, scrolling on your phone for 3 hours instead of getting your work done. Procrastination. Yeah, hot topic.
It is a hot topic. I think a lot of people. So tomorrow we're going to do a double show. We're going to choose two people. So people that are joining us tomorrow, John, on that live show, similar to today, what do they need to do to be the chosen one?
Well, you have to be watching live, and you have to speak up live as well, and volunteer, and let us know that you give us your permission to work on you, and the severity as well. So
and they don't need to join us on the panel. They can just be chatting out in the audience, right?
Right.
Yeah, so you guys can even be on Wi-Fi in the sky and participate in the Bro Show.
Yeah, we worked on Debbie.
One time you were in the air, 35,000 feet in the air, giving us a little chat. So we love that.
Exactly.
That was episode 17 on fears and phobias.
And it was about Irma. The hurricane was coming.
Oh, that's right, too. We did a session with you. You were worried about the hurricane. Then
exactly.
You weren't able. You were working, so you left a message, and you come back later and said, "I knew you guys did something," because you felt calmer when you were, I guess, in the middle of work.
Yeah, picking up the trash. I was picking up the trash, and all of a sudden, I just felt like really calm. I was like, I know the bro codes. They just did me. Like, I was just like.
I've been done by the bros. I can feel it now.
Exactly.
John, who else is saying what, please?
Shirley Pierre says, hello.
Hey, Shirley. I think Shirley wants to double dip tomorrow.
Shirley, everyone does.
She wants a session on procrastination. She knows how to be eligible. Join us live tomorrow, 9 o'clock Pacific time.
If you're the chosen one. Lisa Millward, hello, good afternoon.
Hey, Lisa, good morning. Hey, our friend Dea has left me a message here. What she's saying. Yay, thank you so much. I just offered to give her a set of cards for her birthday. She said, laugh out loud. I actually thought about getting those cards a few days ago while watching an older Hangout episode about allowing. I guess I can say the law of attraction worked for me this birthday gift. Well, you can only get them if you're chosen.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you, John. Misty Anderson, can you be too close to a situation to do an emotion code session and have it be effective? Can you be too close to a situation to do an emotion code session and have it be effective?
I think so. So family members, if you're working on your partner, sometimes you need someone else to come in and help out there. Yeah. Or child or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know for myself, I actually reach out to you guys even though I'm a practitioner, and I do a lot. I do like a part of my morning routine is I do emotion code work on myself on a topic,
Yeah.
but there are times where I reach out and get help from someone else for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I've done that with John because I thought, I thought I got rid of my heart wall, and then when John did it, he said, "No, you have a heart wall." So yeah, sometimes it's better to get someone else to check up on that.
Yeah, it's a good point. People have a hard time removing their own heart walls. That's common. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's interesting when I work with people, the heart wall, every time there's success. So a heart wall means there's a wall around your heart, and the wall around your heart is a wall of trapped emotions, and it's protecting you from sending and receiving love. So as a practitioner, and it's usually a past relationship related. It's like, oh, this is a heart wall that you got when you were 21 years old, and they say, oh my God, I remember that one. And it's piling up on your heart. So we remove those, through the emotion code process, and then you're open. So it's not just boyfriends and girlfriends, but it's also business, relationships, loving yourself as well. So it's been very powerful. Now, we've got another shout out from Pramelia. Here's what she's saying. It was my birthday last Friday, too. I believe I'm worthy of Michael's set of cards. Well. So, Pramelia, how do you say no to that, really?
Started something.
Yeah.
Amelia, you got 3 yeses, and we're putting you through to the next round.
Yeah.
Mailing address, and I'll send you a set of birthday cards too. Hey, that's what I'll call them, birthday cards.
Awesome. I have mine. I love mine.
Oh, great.
Chevy Chavert says good morning from Chicago.
Hey, Chevy Chavert, welcome. He's got an active live Facebook that he does too. Lots of fun.
And Roy says hello.
Roy from Singapore.
Roy Quack.
Roy?
Yeah, from Singapore. Yep.
Hey, Singapore, Roy.
Antonio Fournier says hi, everyone.
Hey, Antonio is also a certified law of attraction facilitator.
Oh, yeah. Shelley Fairgan says good morning from Seattle. Love your show.
Hey, good morning from Seattle.
VJ Aurora has a question. I have just come across NLP meta programs. Can you please give a quick understanding and the impact it has in using them? Thanks.
I'm not sure if I know the answer to that. The meta program. Yeah, that's not anything that I learned about, but it's anything that I never took an interest in. So I don't know the answer to that question, but I'll look it up. You could look it up as well. Meta programs. Can you please give me a quick understanding and the impact it has in using them? That is a great question, and I don't have the answer. So if you're watching and you have the answer about the meta program, now I'll be honest. I'm going to tell you what, when I took the NLP program, it was probably 8 weekends long. Some of the stuff I learned, I never looked at again and never paid attention. This was one of them. Or hypnosis and trances. I never looked at that. So when I wrote my book, Law of Connection, I took the part that had the biggest connection to me, or the biggest impact, and that was understanding the 4 learning communication styles. And in the NLP training, it's like a 3-hour, maybe 2-hour training. So I've written a whole book about it. And it is about the 4 learning styles and how you ask them question, what turns them on, what turns them off. Matter of fact, if you're watching and you want to find out your 4 learning styles, you can do that. I have an online assessment now. You can go to HangoutWithMichael.com, look for the NLP tab, and online you can find out which of these 4 what's your top communication style and what's your weakest one. So just to go back to VJ's question, it's not an area that I took an interest in. Not to say it's not important, but it wasn't important enough for me to do anything about it. If you find out the answer, share it with us next week. I'd love to hear that. Cindy's thanking us for the pet information. What else?
Barb Ashcroft has an update relating to how emotion code and fulfillment needs helped her change her perception of exercise. So between September 2nd and October 2nd, 1 month update, she has shrunk by 17.9 inches. motivated,
0.9.
and
You know what?
Wow.
Round that up. I'm going to give you permission to round that up.
18.
Motivated and excited to go to fitness now. It's now an anticipation, not a dread. Thanks,
Wow,
Michael and panel.
And we also help Barb with toast and jam. She's also Barb Toast and Jam, which is self-explanatory that she used to like toast and jam and not anymore. And also with Barb exercise. So I love that. Yeah. Misty Anderson gave us a hashtag Wi-Fi in the sky.
Helena Jenikin says, morning, just a quick hello.
Hey, Helena, I think she's going to watch the show later. My friend Sheldon Foster. Sheldon wins the award of the person that shares this show the most. Although it's not his birthday, I think he's worthy of a deck of cards. So Sheldon, I keep showing the same cards. There's 10 of them. Sheldon, I'd like to send you a deck of cards because you deserve the most loyal show sharer of all. So let me know in a private direct message. My friend Izad from Malaysia has joined us. You know, I went to Malaysia for many years, and Izad took my certification training program. And then whenever I went back, I'd get him to take me to, because the restaurants in Malaysia are like nothing else in the world. They are. And he would take me to my favorite little restaurant, and we would eat. And I was always so nice to the waiters and everything when I went to Malaysia. And everybody always noticed that. Even the waiters, they were like, because sometimes in those countries are very busy, they just serve food, and sometimes they tend not to acknowledge the servers. And I always did. Of course, I always got great service doing that. That's my style. Okay, we're 20 to 10 in the morning. And John, can you do a refresh and see who is asking more questions? I'm going to ask, we're going to tune into Debbie here for a minute. And Debbie, can you tell us what we're doing for next week, please?
All right, so next week it's going to be episode 211, and it's all about increasing your money and allowing ceiling with the emotion code.
That's right. Now, I've been doing, first I've been doing my weight loss class. I've done it 3 times, 100% success for everybody that took the program. And if you're watching a shout out, let us know what you learned and your results. You got that. And then I've offered the money class, and it was very successful. So I have one coming up near the end of the month. So next week, we're going to talk about that program, and we're going to we're actually going to do some emotion code sessions to show people and kind of shake up their beliefs about money. And one of the things we do is people that owe you money. Do you have any block trapped emotions that are stopping you to get money that's owed to you? And it's funny, like within days, people are getting money that's owed to them. So thanks, Debbie. John, there's a couple of questions. I'm going to direct them to you. Our friend Natasha Polly Samuel is saying, I have an emotion code question. If someone has a heart wall, how can you tell what the subconscious mind has used as a wall to protect the heart? Well, I got an answer for that, but I want to hear yours. In the training, they say we need to find out what's protecting the heart. What's your opinion about that?
I find that you can find out what the material is, but it's never necessary. It's fun.
Hashtag you don't have to.
You don't have to. Yeah, it's not needed. Thickness isn't needed. So it's more important just to clear it. But it's usually what I found is it's usually something that you grew up with, or even currently is in your life currently that you're around a lot. And it's something safe that you like. Yeah.
And actually, when I first learned that, because I spent a lot of time trying to find out what it's made of, and that's why people say the heart wall session takes a long time, when in fact it doesn't take a long time. What takes a long time is trying to find out what it was covered by. And then I started asking, do I need to know what it's made of? And the subconscious mind says, no, you don't. So then I just stop asking, and I never have to find out what it's made of. So sometimes people ask us questions that you can ask yourself. Do I need to find out what it's made of? No. Can I get started? Yeah. Here's another question for you, John. Our friend Rhonda Elliott. Are food sensitivities the same as seasonal allergies regarding trapped emotions? I'll say it again. Are food sensitivities and seasonal allergies the same?
They could have something similar in that it's a trapped emotion. But food sensitivities, I'd say it's much more complex because you're dealing with like your digestive system and intestinal tract. So that there could be something else going on there, like just your digestive system's not functioning properly.
Now, is that a body code session that you would use for food sensitivities?
You could do emotion code. You could try. Yeah. Just start muscle testing and releasing trapped emotions linked or related to this reaction you're having to food. Start there. Just start really simple and see if it works. So specific food. So, and what the reaction is. So if you're like swelling or mucousy or something like that, or bloating or gas, just start clearing trapped emotions and see if it helps. And if not, it might require body code, and it might require something else to do, like a gut healing protocol. Yeah.
Now, we had great success doing on the Bro Show. We did seasonal allergies. Can you just spend 30 seconds and tell us about seasonal allergies and how it's not the pollen?
The pollen, it's your reaction to your environment. So it's trapped emotion. So like a lot of it's conflict, or something like a conflict moment. You're outside playing around and maybe you fall down, get hurt, or just stress or something like that when you're a kid. So you attach that environment and the pollen in the air, your subconscious connects that emotion to the pollen. And so when you go forward in life and you know it's in the air, your subconscious is just like, oh, remember that one time when you're 4 years old and you were shocked or had conflict with your mom or brother or sister? That's about to happen again because of the pollen. So you release the trapped emotion, and your subconscious, your body feels safe now. Yeah. Seasonal allergies, gone.
I would always brag that I'm not allergic to anything, but there is one thing that I'm allergic to, and it was lilacs. We don't really have them on the west coast of Canada. I never see them. But in New Brunswick, where I'm from, my mother had massive lilacs, white lilacs, pink ones. They were beautiful. But I remember when we were kids, she would make us stand beside the lilacs and hold them in really cheesy pictures, and I hated that. So now it makes sense that when she made us stand, and shout out to my sister, we've got pictures holding lilacs. And I remember holding those lilacs and resisting it. I was just a kid. And now it makes sense that, so I probably had conflict. And then my subconscious mind connected the conflict with holding the lilacs with the smell. So whenever I breathe in the lilac smell, it takes me right back to that conflict, and then I would get all stuffy and so on. So it's not about the pollen. It's about the connection to the pollen.
Yeah. The trapped emotion weakens your immune system too. Another thing that it does. So it makes you vulnerable to the symptoms. Yeah.
Chappie Windsor is saying hello from North Dakota and living in abundance. And I remember in Canadian, we only have to remember 10 provinces, right? But when I was growing up, when we had to learn the American provinces, I used to like North Dakota and South Dakota because that was 2, right? There, I knew 2. I knew where they were. They were 2 rectangle boxes. They were easy to do. So shout out to North Dakota, South Dakota. I'm not sure why they're 2 states, but they just make them 2 states. Good. Debbie, Misty Anderson saying that she has her cards and she's loving her cards. Talking about the birthday cards. Not really birthday cards, but the cards people are getting for their birthday. Sig is saying it's not streaming well today and it's going to catch our show later. So we'll see you later. Sig Brown. So Debbie, tell me something that you got today, and what was your value for being here today? What did you learn? What was new for you?
Well, actually, it was new for me the explanation you guys just gave about the allergies and how with your subconscious and you're in the environment and it's the smell that's coming in, so it's everything that is taking in, and then when you have that again show up, you have those symptoms. From it makes total sense, because when I'm working with people around the excessive drinking, there's all kinds of triggers related to that. And so it's like when they see the glass of the wine, or when they go into specific environments with the candles and whatever. So there's all kinds of triggers that are related to the whole thing. So then adding in the sense of the smell, or even smelling the pollen of the flower, makes total, sense that it would cause a trigger of an allergy of some form.
I remember the day that John and I did the seasonal allergy show, right after I had a client from New York, and it was the spring moving into summer. And the guy said, you know what? And by the way, when you're doing the emotion code system, when you're tapped into somebody's subconscious mind, often their subconscious mind will bring to attention, to help you out, help the practitioner out. So I'm talking to this guy. He said, you know what? Summer's coming. And he said, I can just feel the mood. He said, I'm starting to get a little agitated with the season in New York. So I thought, is he allergic to New York? As a joke. And I said he was. He was allergic to the new smell, right? The new smell that happens in all cities, but he lived in New York. And I cleared his allergy to New York, to seasonal allergy, seasonal sensitivity to the new smells in New York. So we laughed at that. He was allergic to New York. Our friend Cindy Trost, she's saying she's still growing strong as hashtag Cindy no pumpkin cream cheese, even though it's pumpkin spice season. So that was funny. I worked with Cindy on some of her pumpkin spice. Yeah, Izad, my friend, is reminding me that Malaysians eat 6 times a day. I know they do. When I went to Malaysia, my friends, they would have to take me out for dinner like at 6 or 7, and then they'd go to get at 10. Sometimes they would wake me up in bed and say, listen, we're going to your favorite dim sum spot. We can pick you up at 11. I'd wake up at 10 o'clock. I'd take a shower, and they would pick me up at 11, and we'd go to the street place where they had dim sum. It was packed. They eat all the time. Hashtag I gained weight in Malaysia.
Really? Yeah.
We have Diane Marie Barnella. Hi, everyone, from Knightdale, NC, North Carolina. Our friend Kelly Carson is joining us from Vancouver. Izad grew up in North Dakota. I did not know that, Izad. That's nice to know. Good stuff. John, can you remind us what is cooking for tomorrow on the Bro Show and what time it starts and so on?
Yeah, the Emotion Code Bro Show. So it's the spinoff. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. Michael and I are back here, and we're doing the 7 keys to the emotion code process. And we're going to work on 2 people simultaneously, just like swimming, synchronized swimming or figure skating. Their magnets ready. And yeah, we need volunteers to come join. And we're going to work on procrastination. The nation of procrastination, as someone said here.
Antonio.
Antonio.
Yeah. Last week, a woman gave me feedback on YouTube. She didn't like that I talked over you during the emotion code session. Hashtag. Okay.
Well, it would be kind of boring just to watch me, if it was just me.
I didn't explain that to her, but it is kind of boring to watch, so that's why we do that. Hey, our friend Janine Holm is asking, cards, please explain. Well, I have a set of 10 cards. Now, I'll be honest with you. These are just copied on photo paper. Do you want to have a set of your own?
Yes.
These are all different quotes. Now, these are key elements that I teach during the certification training business, right? These are all very key elements. You can go to hangoutwithmichael.com/quotes, and you can download them and then upload them and send them to your local printer. That's all I do. There's a Photoshop here. And I just send them, and I like to give them away. So you can too. So maybe, Janine, you could post the address for our friends. It's hangoutwithmichael.com/quotes. Okay.
Kind of having an Oprah moment here, hey, Michael?
What's that?
You get a set of cards. You get a set of cards. Everyone gets cards.
Hey, my friend Tom Dougherty is saying hello from Phoenix. Him and I were in Las Vegas last week, and we were taking a training on, how to be an awesome trainer. So he was my buddy from there. Well, just a little sidebar. So I'm at this seminar in a beautiful resort in Las Vegas, and I had a guy come up and sit with me over lunch, and he said, he said that God spoke to him and said that he should meet me. I said, okay, well, what did he say? So it turns out that I helped this guy that came to sit with me with his lower back. And I was trying to figure out, wonder why he's wanting to sit with me, because I'm always curious. With law of attraction, everybody comes to me for a reason. He sat with me. So before you know it, we're out in the lobby, Of course, I brought my magnet and my motion code chart, and I corrected. This guy had scheduled surgery for his back and his hip, and I corrected all the pain that was causing that. He was so blown away. He said, "I got to get my friend." So he goes out back to the lunchroom. He comes back with his friend who had ringing in the ears, severity of 7, and I got it to 0 in the lobby of the hotel. So of course they thought I was Jesus all weekend. So yes, it Yeah, and I kept all weekend. I kept saying, "How's this? How's your ear? How's your ear? How's your back?" Yeah. Okay, we're still getting lots of comments and questions. As always, we are going to monitor what people are asking and saying today. So go ahead and ask us more questions. We're going to be able to go check that out. Good stuff. By the way, if you're interested, my friend Callie Carson, she was addicted to grapes. And we use the word addicting quite loosely here. It just means she loved to have them. And she had them every day, lots of grapes. And she still has grapes in her fridge since last week. Kelly, hashtag throw them out. You're not going to eat them. They're probably not very good anymore.
Yes, I threw out my Klondike bars.
Oh, that's right. Too. I want you to tell us about your Klondike bars. Before we do that, I have a private Facebook group, and it is for the emotion code, people that are interested in emotion code. It's for my clients who are sharing success stories. And if you had an emotion code session and you want to come in and share it with us, and John and I are in there, we're doing lots of activities. I actually do Facebook Lives once a week just for that group. I'm going to ask Delilah to put the link of the private emotion code. It's called Michael Logier's Emotion Code Hangout Room, and it's a fun place to hang out. Debbie, tell us about your Klondike bar, and then John, we're going to hear from you about how people can connect with you. And Debbie, go ahead, Klondike Debbie, please.
Yeah. Well, for me personally, every time the Klondike bars in the grocery store here in Florida were buy one, get one, I had to buy 2, of course. Because the second one was free.
2 bars or 2 boxes, Debbie?
2 boxes. So there's 6 in each box. And I tell you, within a 2-day time period, every single time I would eat them all. 12 of those things. So anyway, you guys happen to be doing the bro show, and I had just bought them. And I was like, I have this Klondike issue. So you guys did release the Klondike, but they sat in my refrigerator. I don't really know for how long. And even my husband noticed. He's like, do you know we still have those Klondike bars in the refrigerator freezer? You don't know when to eat them? I go, I have zero desire for them. And I guess a couple weeks later, they were doing them again at the grocery store. And I kind of walked past it out of the side of my eye. I see the sign, but I just keep on walking. But I had to go back and take a picture and put it on this Facebook page for you guys to show you what I passed by of the buy one, get one.
I think that was bought them since. That was months ago. And you haven't
had it. That was episode 8 or 9.
Yeah. And I haven't had the desire to buy those Klondike bar again since then.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm totally fascinated with, even though I do it and I help people and whatever, still when it's happening to you with something so big in your life, it's still fascinating.
Yeah. Well, John and I have an upcoming episode on the Bro Show on Halloween candy. I helped a friend get rid of the candy corns. That's very Halloween.
Oh, totally.
And I was at a store and they had a big bin of, bulk candy corn, and I sent a picture to her. She said, hashtag, who cares? So Debbie, tell us about your specialty and how we can see your website address, but tell us what you specialize in and how people can get a hold of you, please.
Well, what I'm specializing in actually utilizing the law of attraction and emotion code work to help people who want to stop excessive drinking. And so I do. You can find out more information at flyingthroughlifesober.com is my website. And I do also have an upcoming podcast that I'm launching, and it's starting on November 7th, and it's called Sober Curious. And so it's going to be myself, but then I'm also going to have other people whose books I've read and people I've come across since I personally have given up alcohol myself. And so I'm going to be working with people and interviewing people, and so they're going to be on the podcast with me. Nice. So that's coming in November 7th.
Yeah, I want to see if my buddy that he was drinking like 12 beers a day, to see if he'd be open to do that.
Awesome.
Yeah, good stuff. Good, John. Tell us how people can get a hold of you, please.
Yeah, online, my website is aliveandpeer.com. It's just written out right below me here. And yeah, I'm available for one-on-one emotion code and deep dive one-on-one body code sessions.
Good stuff. And on tomorrow's show, you're going to have a little segment where you're going to talk about the body code and how that's different and what you do with that. Misty Anderson, she's our hashtag queen. She's got 3 hashtags already. Hashtag bye-bye candy corn. Hashtag throw them out. Hashtag Oprah moment.
Love that.
We had fun today. We appreciate everybody joining us live. It makes it lots of fun. We appreciate everybody sharing the show. And join us tomorrow. And come learn more about procrastination habits. And John and I will explain the habit of procrastination. And, you know, I did it myself because I'm running a program, a new training program. And I did a quick little emotion code. Well, I've been to my favorite restaurant twice this week, with, you know, the one with the plain placemats. And I have developed this 10-session program because I got rid of the I kept putting it off. A little voice said, no, do it later. And John and I talked about it a few weeks ago, and now it's like going to be going live very shortly. So, you know, like Debbie said, we use the emotion code on ourselves when we find any blocks. Anything that's stopping or blocking, we can let it go. Okay, good stuff. Wow, we got lots of feedback and questions today, and good stuff. Okay, John and Debbie, thanks for hanging out. Debbie, we have you coming back next week, and next week we're going to do some live emotion code sessions on the blocks, and we're going to give the 7 keys. It's going to look similar to the Bro Show, but there's a different audience. So we're going to be holding up the 7 keys to the emotion code system, starting with key number 1, key number 2. And we're going to choose, you know, we might be able to choose a few people next week and give them a little bit of releasing their blocks to becoming more abundant.
Awesome.
Thanks for having us, John and Debbie. That was a great show. We're an hour in, but you know my policy. It's my show, and I'll go over if I want to.
Exactly.
We'll see you later, everybody.
Bye-bye.